Every dog has his day.
Okay, I'm reloaded!
Raiders, we a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. We a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. We a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. We a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. Welcome to a new day. Step up in the oracle. Silver and black, you know we so historic. Many backbreakers, many chain treasures. The other teams only wish they could measure.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the InBound with the Oakland Raiders. I'm Melinda Torgersen and today we're kicking off our 17th season. Today joining us is Khalif Barnes. Khalif, we want to give a little background about you before we head into the interview.
Okay.
Khalif actually attended high school at Mount Miguel in Spring Valley. He later went on to attend college at Washington State where he majored in criminal justice. Khalif, I know this is your 9th season in the NFL.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We're happy to have you here.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Good. We want to start off with a question about high school students and what did you do in high school to manage your academics and sports? How did you balance that?
You know, I think starting out early, that was something that was kind of distilled in me between my parents. You know, I couldn't, these kids today, they have all kind of Xboxes and PlayStations and all this other stuff. I just had one. We just had the Nintendo and the Mario Brother, and that's about it. So we would play that for a little bit, but outside was our thing, and before I could do that, I'd have to make sure that, all homework was done. I had to make sure that all that was, I had to sit at the table and finish that before I could even step foot outside. And back in those times, we like going outside, and that's where we spend most of our time at. So before I could do that, I had to take care of this first. So after doing that for so many years, from like kindergarten on, it was just it's kind of like eating your vegetables before you get to the good stuff, Get those out the way, and then you can enjoy whatever's, the stuff that you really want to do later. So I just knocked that out the way and then I would do, what I wanted to do that was fun after.
Excellent. What kind of nutritional advice do you have for these youngsters out here?
Basically, for nutritional things, I would say that, everything's good in moderation, but you don't want to just make a habit of just eating the wrong stuff or bad stuff day in and day out. You want to stay away from a lot of sugars, because it just sits in your body and it's harder to break down, and it just accumulates a lot of fat over time. A lot of breads, you want to kind of stay away from those. So find some good, fun fruit snacks that you like to have. Occasionally some maybe celery with some peanut butters or strawberry. And they got this new thing at Trader Joe's, is like some cookie butter stuff. It's pretty good. You need to try it. Yeah, you put that on strawberry, it's amazing. But anyways, stuff like that. Fruits. You don't always have to eat the green vegetable stuff, but you can eat stuff that has less saturated fat, sugars, and breads and yeast and things of that nature.
Excellent. What about exercise? What do you do to stay in shape?
Man, basically anything that's moving, our bodies were made to be in motion, not made to sit. So you sit around, you can go outside and walk around the park for 20 minutes, and that'd be considered some good exercise. Some people who are, have joint problems or can't really run or do a lot of ground and pound, walking's a great way to do it. Just hanging around playing in the park at your favorite activities, whether it's throwing around a frisbee, volleyball, playing soccer, football, basketball, baseball, whatever you like, that's something that you enjoy. Everybody doesn't like to just get out there and run 30 miles. I can't. So I just like to find things that I enjoy doing that involves motion, that your body's moving, and you're creating your cardiovascular's getting up, and you're creating a heartbeat. That's the big thing about it, is that you get your heart rate up. So you don't have to do the most vigorous or most extraneous workouts, but as long as your heartbeat gets up a little bit, you'll be good.
And what about injury prevention? I know that's a big deal for you guys. What do you do to prevent injury?
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes you can't avoid, major injuries or some injuries at all. That's just a part of doing anything that you do, in any physical activity. But the biggest thing you can do for prevention is, one thing is hydration. Your muscles are, we're made of about 70% water, so they need water in them, especially if you're sweating and you're dehydrating. If you're tasting that salty stuff, that's salt that's leaving your body, so you have to replace that as well. So a lot of hydration, stretching as well. Stretching, the more loose you are, the more limber you are of your joints, the better it is that if something would happen to go in the wrong direction where it's not meant to bend or go, the more flexible you are, the easier it is to not hurt that joint or ligament, should you say. So hydration, stretching, being limber, those type of things are, and also nutrition, the way you eat. Your body produces, your body's like, good cars. You want to put good fuel in your car. You want to put sewer water in your car. So the better is you can put, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So those are a few things.
And going back to high school, I would like some advice from you as far as what do you think kids can do to better prepare themselves to go to college and kind of excel in that direction?
The things that they could do to better excel themselves is make sure, for one, that they push themselves, that they don't set limit on themselves. Don't try to take just the home ec course just because it's something that you have to fill out and it's the last thing available, or don't try to take office attendant. I remember in high school we had a class that was you go around and collect the attendance around people's door, and that was considered a class. Don't set yourself with a little bit higher expectations. Push yourself, and don't you never know what you can actually do unless you push yourself to those type of limits. So don't ever settle. If you want something, go out and get it. Period. Make a blueprint, if you will, to kind of set out what you want to be. What your goal is, what you're gravitating toward. I know at that age you're not always going to know exactly what you want to do. Shoot, a lot of people at college still don't know what they want to do. But if you get a good idea of what you might want to do, you can kind of set yourself up to learn the process of what you need to do to get that goal. So don't sell yourself short. Take all the AP classes. Take things that interest you as well. If it's something that you love to do, you'll get bored of it less. You won't get bored of it as quickly. So find something that you love, find something that you're passionate about, and set yourself up with goals to push yourself to the limits in order to get those goals.
Excellent. So I do have a question about peer pressure. Did you ever encounter peer pressure in high school? And if so, how did you deal with that?
I think a little bit of peer pressure is around, all kids at that age. It's kind of hard to, get away from that. But I was fortunate enough to grow up in an environment where I was kind of immune to that, or I was introduced to that, and I learned how to handle that early. My original parents, my blood parents they're also, before I was born, they were foster parents to other kids. So they were foster parents about 20 years before I was even born. So yeah, after me and my brother and sister were born, we grew up and we kind of watched how my parents would take kids from all kinds of backgrounds, all different races and everything, and they would live with us. And I would know guys, I still know a few people to this day that I hang out with and keep in contact with. And just being around those kind of people and knowing their stories and knowing their different backgrounds and the things that they were used to do or used to get caught up in, whether it be bad or good, I would kind of be introduced to that, and I would learn from a young age from them and from my parents of kind of how to avoid that. And that just goes to being with surrounding yourself with good people. Surround yourself with people that you visualize, that you want to be, that they see success as one of their goals. That they want to do things the right way. So if you surround yourself with those type of people, that's what's going to impact you and be around you. If you surround yourself with the negative, and that you're not supposed to be doing the stuff that's not supposed to be right, then you're going to fall into that trap. So surround yourself with people who want the same things you want, and that should be success and it should be good things. So you shouldn't have to be peer pressured if you're around those type of people that are good.
I think that's great advice. Thank you so much.
You, huh?
Right? I like that. I always like that. Thank you. So do you have anything else to add? Thank you so much.
No, just great being here. I try to do this once a year, and it's around that time that I'm doing it now. So it's great questions, and nice how you had the introduction on me too, without any paper or anything like that, just ran on the top off your head. So it's pretty good too. It was the University of Washington, though, not the state.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Thank you for correcting that. That's important. That's important.
I just don't like.
I really appreciate you said that.
But it's all right, though. Since you said it, it's all good.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Anything you want to say.
Thank you. This has been another edition of the Inbound with the Oakland Raiders. We're signing off today. Please join us next time. I'm Melinda Torgersen.